How many of us who are watching this video right now can replicate this same thing? This is lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and this is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. How many of us can replicate this same thing by spotting these exact movements on the chart when we go to the normal charts like this, right? If you know how to spot those same movements on this chart here, then you can comment below in the comment section and let me know. But if your answer is no, of which I know majority of the people's answers are going to be no, right? That's the major reason why you guys are actually not getting a suitable trades for yourselves. Why? Because when most of the people are teaching, even including me, when I'm illustrating, I am going to illustrate using a drawing like this, and it portrays in someone's mind and looks like this is how perfect the market actually is, when it is not the case. That's why when I say that we shall start with theory and we got the charts, it's because you need to see the theory part just for understanding. We need to do the theory just to make you understand and make things click out. Then after we got the charts, right? But one of the major issues that traders are facing, and of which is the reason as why I'm making this video, is failure to identify levels, right? Now, we have received a lot of messages and emails coming to us that we need to make a video on how to mark highs and lows in smaller time frames. Of course, we have a video. I'm just going to attach it in the top right corner. If you have not watched it, how to mark highs and lows, or swing lows and swing highs in big time frames. We did that in big time frames. Now, today, we would like to focus in small time frames. After marking your big time frame levels, like I say, a resistance level and a support level, what about in between there in a smaller time frame? How do you mark these same levels? Now, the rules are pretty much the same, but the challenge comes to how do you easily identify them, right? So it's very easy when you're marking it just here, when I'm just illustrating you that this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And this is how most of the books and most of the materials are showing: higher high, higher low, higher high. It's very easy. But when we go to the side of the charts, it becomes a very, very different story. I will just give you an example. When you come to this chart here, majority of you will fail to identify the tested levels and untested levels that could actually give you a trade, right? These lows and highs are being created almost after a few hours. For example, this is H4. It's an entry time frame for the swingers. Now, after a few H4 hours, there's a new low and a new high being created. But the question is, which one is the correct one that you should focus on? Let's take an example at just what we are seeing in front of our chart here. Immediately, I know most people are going to say that we do have this level here that is much visible, right? Which is correct. But then after that, which other levels can you mark that make sense to this trade, right? Because you want to take a trade. Let's say you want to take this trade upwards. Let me just use my replay tool here. Let's assume that we are here. Let's remove all this so that I can show you exactly how you should be marking these levels in a smaller time frame. For example, let's assume you've used this level here, you've marked it, and the market has broken below and retested. Now you can clearly see this is this one here. The market has made a low, right? After making a low, it has retested. It has broken this level here. Let me just put here a level like this. Now we have broken below this level here, and we are retesting it this here. This is the break, this is the retest. Now, people tend to forget that the level that gives you the push to make this retest here is actually an important turning point that you should consider. So in this case, we are going to consider this turning point here, right? So I will just replay and we see if really it's going to be respected. And you can clearly see that to show you that the level holds water, or it's a very significant level, the market is being rejected from it. This does not mean that the market is now going to buy or it's going to create a down bottom. There are certain rules that we are going to be looking at in other videos that will tell you that the market is now no longer interested in pushing down, but it's interested in pushing up, right? So when we continue playing, you notice that the market again in between here creates a minor level. Okay, we're in a minor time frame, which takes trade, but we have a more minor level that has been created, which is the neckline of this. Which is the neckline of this M here, right? Because in between this resistance, this previous support level, which is now resistance, and this support, the market created an M, and the neckline needs to be tested, right? So you mark this level in future time, in a few hours time, or in a few days time, this level will be playing a very significant role, like we are going to see. Now, what we have here, I'm using it on our left here. The market has now created for us a breakdown, right? Now, when the market breaks down, we now want again the market to retest this level here, a push up. But I want you to see, I want you to see these two pictures. This picture here is not as perfect as what is happening here. In the market, we have a low, lower high, then the market made an equal low, then went and made a lower high and then pushed, right? But in actual sense, when we look at this side, it will look like as if it is perfect, like it has made a low, lower high, and then a push down. This is what is confusing most of you. You think that the market is going to move smoothly like this, right? So let's continue. Now we are here. These are the two situations where we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? I hope it's making sense to you. Now, let's continue. The moment buyers start coming to the market, we're going to mark that as a low, right? So let's see when the market gives us buyers. Now, buyers attempted to come into the market here, right? Here, using this doji here, right? They attempted, but they did not retest this area here, meaning that this is not a significant level that you should consider. Yes, it will become significant later on at a future date, but right now it's not yet a significant level, right? We want a level that tests that part. Are we together? So right now we are still, this side we are still making a low. We have just extended a bit down. Now let's continue. Let's continue. The market kept pushing aggressively downwards, right? So here again, the market gives us a retest. Sorry, buyers coming to the market at this point here. But again, it doesn't give us a retest of either this point or this point. Actually, let me change the colors to red. This tells us that these levels have not been tested. Let me just change the color to red. Are you seeing? Now, these two levels have not been tested, right? So let's continue. Let's see how this level holds price. You see, it's reacting to it. This shows you that it's a significant turning point. But of course, it shows that there's a presence of buyers here, but not a significant point because it has not tested any of these levels here. This red one and this red one. This one is very significant, and we need price to come and test it. Are we together? So this brings me to an important point that I wanted to make to you guys in this video. If you're a continuation trader, or if you trade when the market has already made what we call retests, right? These are the levels you should be looking out for. Are we together? The levels that the market had not tested. That should be the area you should be looking for trades at, right? And also another point is that if you're looking for sniper entries, I know most of you like sniper entries. These are the points you should be attempting your sniper entries with your entry rules, not just any of these levels that have been tested. Because if a level has been tested, the level is a bit weak, or it's prone to be an area that the market could use to change trend. Are we together? So these are the levels that you could use that could push the market down because it is still virgin. It's a virgin area. Like, let's say it's just like a ground that has never been, that have never planted anything in, right? If you're a farmer and you find a ground that is very fertile but has never been used to plant anything in it, it's going to give you more fruits or more harvests than that one that is fertile but has been used over time, right? It means that you will need to apply in other things like manure. So meaning that there are higher chances compared to the virgin land, that the higher chances that this land will not give you harvest like the one you expect. Are we together? So this is the same thing here happening in the market. Now, let's see how this level holds, right? So now the market, this level holds the price actually. Now let's see how these levels react to what we have been talking about, right? When price came here, let's see what did it do, right? You can clearly see it reacted to this price, to this level, because it was not tested before, right? Now, when price reacted to this level here, remember, there are levels that have been broken. We have this area that has been broken, and also we have this level here that has been broken, this area here. So I'm just going to change the color back to purple. The red ones are the ones that have not been tested, right? So we do have this level here, and also this one. Let me change it to black. Blue and red levels have not been tested, right? So I'll just change this one to black. So let's see how the market behaves, right? The market comes back to this area here that it had left untested, right? So because this is a level that the market reacted to and then went back down, right? So it has rejected price, but also we have a minor level that price had not tested inside here. So I'll make it blue because it's a horizontal line, right? So let's see what price does. Price comes back and this area rejects it again. This is showing you that this area was totally virgin, right? So let's see what price again does. Price attempts to break out and then finally comes and breaks above. Now remember, above here, above this area, we have a region that has not been tested. So let's see if price actually can give us that retest. Here, price tests it. Now, what are you waiting for? You're either waiting for a reaction or your rules of change of trend here, or you're actually waiting for your rules to touch this blue line, the minor level that it had not tested. So let's see what price does. Price touches that blue level. Let's see what it does. And you can see what happened next. Are you seeing? Price reacted and came back to test this level here. So this is how you can mark levels correctly. And you can see that the price went and was respecting the levels that you previously marked. Are you seeing? Remember, we marked these levels before even the price started changing trend to start buying, right? So price broke above this level, tested here, then broke above this, the level that had not been tested, that gave it a push down, broke above it, then came back and tested this level, this same level that was pushing it down, and now consolidated again at this level here that was not tested. It touched it, rejected, touched and pushed it back to give us a retest here. This makes this level to now have been tested. Are we together? Then also, you can see that the level was touched multiple times. This takes me back to the point that I had made. A virgin area is different from an area that has already been tested. Now, this area has already been tested a couple of times, so making it prone to easily be broken. Are we together? So this is how you mark levels in your minor time frames, and it can help you to solve a lot of problems like where should I place my stop losses? Where should I look for proper entries from? Where should I, these same levels can help you to identify where my first entry should be when the market is changing trend, right? So, but before all this comes into play, you need to know where should I mark my significant level in a major time frame. By a major time frame, I mean that you should know, if let's say I'm trading in weekly, I should know that I'm trading between this resistance and I'm trading between here. Now, what we're marking here in this small time frame is what is happening in between here. These are the levels we're marking that the market is making movements in between here, right? So you know that I'm trading between from here to here in a big time frame, but in a small time frame also you have these minor levels that the price or the market is making. This is what I've been showing you right now, right? So I really hope that this really made sense to you. If it didn't make sense, you can just let us in the comment section where you got stuck or where I lost you, so that I can see how we can make a new video in a simpler form to help you guys mark these minor levels in smaller time frames, right? That was it for this video, because most people requested for how do you mark levels in smaller time frames where you can actually take your trades. This is how you do it. And if this video really made sense to you and you got value out of it, please do not hesitate to give us that like button. And also, if it was your first time coming across our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on such information weekly. Have a great time.